Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about ties and slurs, and I drew a few examples here that we're going to use for this lesson today. Two different things, ties and slurs. We'll talk about ties first. Whenever we tie two notes together, what it does is it increases the value, right? Now how we do that first, so say we have two of the same notes, and that's key, right? So we have an A here and we have an A here. If they're different notes, they can't be tied together. Only notes that are exactly the same pitch can be tied together. So if we tie them together, first thing we do is we add this curved line between them, right? Kind of looks like a smiley face now. If we add this curved line, what it does is it adds their note values together. So this half note is worth 2, this half note is worth 2. Because they're tied now, we would hold this one note for 4 counts, right? So we play this, if we're tapping the beats 1, 2, 3, 4, we would make that A last for all 4 counts with no break between them. All right, same kind of deal over here. If we want to tie this dotted half note to perhaps this note, first we have to make sure that they're the same note, E and E, so we're good. Then we just add the curved line between them. Now we would sustain this E for 4 counts, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 1 beat here, so 4 altogether. All right. Now, did you notice the direction that I was putting those different slur marks in? If we have both of the stems going up, then we want the tie to be on the opposite side of the stems, right? So over here, both the stems are going down, so we have it above them, right? It just depends upon the stem direction for the two different things, right? Now, down below, we have the other example, and for this one, we're going to be talking about a slur. Now, for this, we're going to add our slur mark over all of these notes. So, right, we have C, B, A, B, and then another C whole note. Now, a slur doesn't add the beats together, so all the beats are still the same. This is worth 1, this is worth 1, 1, 1, and this would be worth all 4. What a slur does is it tells us how to articulate the notes. So, if we're playing a wind instrument, only the first note of a group of slurred notes should be tongued, right? So we would only tongue this very first C, and then don't tongue any of the other ones. If we're playing a string instrument, a slur indicates a group of notes to be played in one bow. So it's talking about the direction that we pull. Either we push the bow away from us or pull it, and it would only change for this one note right here. If we're talking about keyboard instruments, like a piano, slurs indicate when to lift your hands, right? So this tells us when to start a new phrase by lifting our hands. It's always this first note. Right, and if we had another slur happening after, we would redo those things, either tongue again on a wind instrument, or change the bow direction, or lift our hands on the keyboard. All right, so we have ties which add the note values together. 2 plus 2 would be 4, or 3 plus 1 would be 4. And then a slur tells us when to articulate the notes, and it's always here at the beginning of the slur. And if we had another slur after that, then we would re-articulate and put an X there. All right. Then one more reminder, this slur or the tie goes opposite direction of the stems. So both of these are facing up, slur goes, or the tie goes below it. Now if we have both directions, so we have some going down and some going up, it's going to go above them. All right? So it goes above if you have a mixed direction, and then the opposite if you have them both going the same way. All right, let's do these exercises. So, as always, you should pause your video so you can complete these, and then we'll go over them together. Question 1. Write the note that equals the tied note. So we want a note. Remember, you got to read the directions here. Quarter plus quarter, that equals 2, so we need a note worth 2. That'd be a half note. 1 plus 2 is 3, so we need something worth 3. Be a dotted half note. 3 plus 1 is 4, so we need a whole note. And then 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's another whole note. Write the number of the beats in each example. So this one's a number, not a note. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. And 2 plus 2 is 4. Sorry. I don't know if you can see that one. 2 plus 2 is 4. All right. Question 3. In each example, mark an S or T to indicate whether the musical passage is made up of tied or slurred notes. So remember, for tied notes, they have to be the same. For slurred, the notes change. So in example A, we have two notes that are the same, tied together, so it would be a tie. In letter B, we have four different notes, so that has to be a slur. C, we have two of the same again, so that's a tie. In letter D, we have four different ones, so that's a slur. And in question 4, write a slur or tie in each example and mark S or T below. So if we're doing all these, that's different notes, so that's a slur. Two of the same, opposite direction, that's a tie. Two of the same, opposite direction, that's a tie. And then three different ones, it's a slur. All right, guys, hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.